You can do exhibitions and events and stuff like in the UK and US. This was an event we did a few months ago here in the UK. But that takes time, all right? It takes money, it takes investment. You have to fly here. You have to set up a stand. You have to pay for hotels. You have to pay for flights. You have to pay for the exhibition stand. You have to pay for dinner. You have to pay for lunch. All these things cost money. So, if you went to the Accountex show here in the UK and the AACPA, which was last week in America, there are about 27 or 28 offshoring firms there. Some from India, some from the Philippines, some from, I think, even from Pakistan, all over the place there. And what were they promoting? How cheap they were. Okay, they were just focusing on cheap. They weren't different. None of them stood out. They weren't different. Now, our stand was different to some extent. Was it different enough? Probably not. Okay. Did we get some leads? Yes, we got some leads. Have they converted into customers yet? Honestly, not quite yet. We're working on them. Hopefully, we'll get a few clients out of it. But this is in combination with all the content stuff that I'm talking about, all the content, videos, LinkedIn, writing articles, newsletters. This is all combination of that. So it's so important to build some brand presence when you go to do these exhibitions. Of course it is, but and I can afford to do that. But before you even get to that point, my suggestion would be is stand out differently online. Do it differently. What makes you different? Don't be afraid. If you don't stand out, no one's going to see you. No one's going to understand you. So we're all born to stand out. Just be different. Be willing to be different. I think this is what I've seen some other firms do. Indian firms do. They build relationships with accountancy firms overseas. I know a client in Gujarat who bought a firm in India, in California. That's another way of building it. It could be just a small firm, but that gets you momentum. It gets you a bunch of clients. You learn from that, and then from that, you then build on your business and you expand on that basis. If you find a suitable fit and then streamline and shift many of the operations to your India team, whilst having a core team in the UK or US to focus and build relationships with clients with. What am I doing? You might be saying, well, Aaron, it's all well and good you talking about all this wonderful stuff. Okay, to be fair, I'm doing all of the above, all of the below rather, not above. Most important thing to me is I focus on my team and the development. So I focus on them. That'll take away a lot of the headaches. Okay, because if they do a good job, the client will be happy, and then the client will say, "Oh, I'll refer another client or customer to you." I'm building brand presence through great and useful content across all media. And so if you're in that stage where you haven't got any clients yet and you're starting out, my effort would be there. Get your brand presence out there. Build your content. Build that LinkedIn profile. Get the YouTube channel. Do some videos. Start putting yourselves out there. But be different. You'll have your own style. You'll have your own ideas. And suddenly you could be doing things in a different way and helping other people in other ways. Okay. I'm doing some exhibitions. We did one in London recently. We're going to America next week. And then I'm also looking to acquire other businesses that will fit my criteria. So there's plenty to think about. Okay. There's plenty to think about. There's no shortcut. Honestly, I'm just being brutally honest with you. I'd love to say there are shortcuts. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. It's going to be life is like this, business is like this, and business in offshoring is just like this. Okay, but you have to start. Okay, you have to start, and this perhaps today is the first start, that first step to come and learn a little bit more from myself. But it's a long journey. This is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. It'll take time. And I've been running my firm 20 years, over 20 years. I haven't got to where I have by just saying, oh, I could get it done in 3 weeks or three months. Okay, it takes time. As I said earlier, why am I sharing my business ideas? Well, the market is vast, and I think there's opportunity for everybody on this call and everybody else out there. But honestly, do much of what I've discussed today, like the marketing and the content. It's not easy. It takes time and patience, investing. Those willing to step up will evolve, try, fail, and try again, and will be the winners of the future. There will be setbacks and failures, but if you're tenacious enough, you'll make it and create something very, very special. So I encourage you to do it, because the more people who are in this space, the bigger the market will become. Honestly, I personally think the more you do it and push it, I'll keep pushing from my side. The more people think in the UK or in America and other places, oh my God, India is the place. Because that's what I think. I think India is the place for all of this. Okay, there are smart, clever, intelligent, driven people all across India, um, and I've seen it firsthand myself. I know it firsthand myself, and I just encourage that message to get out there. I'm doing my little bit sitting here in the UK, and as I have an opportunity here to do that, and I have a wonderful team in India. But you do your bit. The more we talk about it, the better, the bigger the market will become. Some of you but may do this, but honestly, most of you won't. Okay, I know you won't. Okay, life kind of gets in the way, other challenges happen. But if you're really kind of determined, start on these little things and take one action, just even one action from today, from one idea I've given you today. Look at it, think about it, and work on it. It'll be trial and error. You'll make mistakes. Realize that the first thing you tried, or you'll look back many years later and think, oh my God, that first video I did was terrible. But then you'll look at it again in a few months' time and think, oh my God, that's actually better now. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it better now. And they improve, that constant improvement. We're all trying to constantly improve ourselves. I'm trying to constantly improve myself. And likewise, so should you. The basic principles remain the same. Trust is at the heart of it. Okay. But how we manage and develop our firms has changed fundamentally. Underpinning a successful has to be quality people. As I said earlier, I've gone on about the team, quality team, because they'll attract quality clients. They go hand in hand together. And in my view, Indian CA firms, in my view, can compete on a global scale, but they need to understand what the UK market, the US market, all these other places are looking for. And they're not looking for cheap. They're looking for trust. They're looking for professionalism. They're looking for knowledge. They're looking for support. They're looking for help. And being global is key for a successful accounting firm of tomorrow. Now, as I understand it, maybe in the next months or so, there was talk about it, but maybe a few months ago, that ICAI members could actually even set up their own, or set up a UK firm here in the UK, and UK firms can set up in India. That's all kind of, I think, in the background, but that may happen as well, because the firm of tomorrow is certainly not localized; it's global. And I just genuinely think Indian firms, those firms who are forward thinking, who are putting themselves out there, trying things differently, will be the ones who will be here in the UK and the US doing things in an amazing manner. And if I've helped to inspire someone today to do that, I've kind of achieved what I want to achieve. So I hope that's given you a real kind of understanding where I think things are going. The summary for your success, honestly, focus on your team and culture. Make your team so happy working for you, and so kind of desirable for you that they desire working for you. They support you, that they'll always be there for you. Then clarify your goals and visions with them, and kind of share those goals and visions with them. Communicate this to them. Communicate. Update them regularly. Work out your USP with your team. Build a marketing engine with some of the ideas I've talked about today. Then you'll fail. You'll try again, and then repeat for step one again. This is life. It's not gonna be an easy, a linear path that I showed earlier. It's gonna be that wonky, ulta way of doing things. Okay. So I really must stress that your success won't come like that. Your success will come like that, up and down. Okay. But if you stick to it and you're committed to your vision, it will happen and you'll make it happen. Okay. Hopefully this has inspired you to take the step and do things differently. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.